What is going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make college football videos every single day, so it is time for my spread picks. Now, usually I do this earlier in the week. I went 8-5 the first week, 8-5 the second week, and then last week I had my first bad week. I was 6-7, one game under 500, but overall I'm 22-17. So let's rebound this week with a vengeance. Let's have a great week and let's win some money. Here we go. First on the list, South Carolina against number 3 Florida. Florida laying the 16.5 points. I'm going to lay those points all day long. Florida finally has an offense, and they won in a shootout against Ole Miss last week. So I think they're going to put a ton of points up on South Carolina. I think Florida wins by 3 touchdowns. Number 2, Baylor versus West Virginia. Baylor laying 2 points. Look, I think West Virginia rebounds big time this week. This is not a homer pick. Last week I picked West Virginia, and had West Virginia not shot themselves in the foot, they would have won the ball game. Oklahoma State was not the better team, so I think West Virginia comes back and has a great bounce back game against Baylor. So I will take those 2 points. I would even put money on West Virginia on the money line. Third game, number 13 Texas A&M at number 2 Alabama. Alabama laying 18. I'm going to lay those points. I think A&M is terrible. I think they were overrated again, and I think Alabama smacks them. 3 touchdowns or more. Lay those 18 points. Fourth game, number 12 North Carolina against Boston College. North Carolina laying 14.5 points. I'm actually going to take those points. I think this will be a really good game. This could be a high-scoring game. Boston College has a decent offense this year as well, so I think North Carolina still wins this ball game, but Boston College is much better than I thought, and that's why I'm going to take those 14.5 points. Fifth game, Western Kentucky against Middle Tennessee. Western Kentucky laying 7 points. I'm going to lay those points all day long. Middle Tennessee is a bad team. So I think Western Kentucky will win this game comfortably. I would say by 10, 14 points, something like that. So that's why I will lay those 7 points. Sixth game. This is the big one. Number 7 Auburn against number 4 Georgia. Georgia laying 7.5. I'm going to take those points. I would even say it would not be a bad bet if you laid money on Auburn on the money line. I think Auburn will upset Georgia. But if nothing less, take the points. Take those 7.5. Number 7, Arkansas at number 16, Mississippi State. Mississippi State is laying 17. Arkansas is bad, and Mississippi State can put up a ton of points. I'm going to lay those points. I don't like that number 16 ranking for Mississippi State, but I think Arkansas is terrible, and Mississippi State is just going to be scoring all day long. Lay those 17 points. The 8th game, Virginia at number 1, Clemson. Clemson laying 28.5 points. I am going to take the points. That and a half is a big deal to me. I think Clemson can win by 4 touchdowns. I think they win comfortably. 4 touchdowns? Sure. Any more than that, I think they shut it down. So I'm going to take those points. The 9th game, number 20, LSU against Vanderbilt. I'll actually take the 21 points that LSU is laying and maybe put money on Vanderbilt for the money line. I mean, that would be a big payout, and it's definitely possible. LSU is bad. They are bad. And Vanderbilt looked, not all that bad against Texas A&M, so it wouldn't be the worst decision in the world if you put money on Vanderbilt on the money line to straight up upset LSU, but I'm definitely taking those points. The 9th game, Tulsa at number 11, UCF. UCF laying 21 points. I will lay those points all day long. UCF has beaten better opponents by more points, so I think laying those 21 points is a pretty easy decision. The 11th game, Missouri at number 21, Tennessee. Tennessee laying 12 points. I'm going to lay those points. I think Tennessee has a monster game against Missouri. I think Missouri is bad. Not Arkansas bad, but bad. So I'll lay those 12 points. I think Tennessee is pretty good this year. 12th game. TCU at number 9, Texas. Texas laying 11 points. I'm going to lay those points. I think Texas comes back with a vengeance and puts up a ton of points on TCU. Don't be surprised if they blow TCU out by 20 points. Now watch TCU upset Texas. That's just my luck. But I'm sticking to it. I'm laying those 11 points. And the 13th game on the slate. NC State versus number 24, Pitt. Pitt laying 14 points. I 100% believe that Pitt is the better team. And this is coming from a West Virginia guy. But I think their strength is their defense. So I think they win this game. I think NC State is a much improved team this year. So I'm going to take those points. Not picking the upset. I just think it'll be closer than... I think it'll be a lower scoring, close game. That's what I think. Kind of like the game last week. And there's some upsets worth putting your money on. And the biggest one that I'm going to go back to is the Vanderbilt over LSU. I know that's one that nobody really sees coming. But I'm telling you, that one is possible. And that one would be a huge payout. That's all I got for you for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video.